Okay, I think we're good. Sorry, it's been a little bit. Been away. God, went away 2 weeks, but then prior to that, I was moving. So, month, 2 months. Anyway, time to catch up on the hunted once I figure out exactly what I'm meant to be showing. Actually, no. We'll start with cracking some packs. That's always nice, right? So we'll go with outsiders since the hunted isn't yet out. Yeah. All right. Oh, one more important feature. Me. Once it loads. There we go. So tad dark should brighten up. There we go. All right. Hunted first. Make sure everything is set up. Beautiful. Okay. Not expecting much from this box though. So I usually halve whatever I grab. Right. Open on the channel, and then some open with my partner, and already pulled, Codex of Frailty Marvel, which is beautiful. Second Marvel that I pulled for the Outsiders, and second Codex Frailty Marvel, so that's really nice. But nonetheless, hopefully we can find Flick Knives, right? Because that's gone up quite a bit, but all around, Outsiders seems like a nice one to open currently, so Outsiders it is. Plus, it is kind of tough to get. Here in Oz, at least, right? Don't have any. Well, we have like Facebook Marketplace, but I don't really use it. Anyway, let's see what exactly we can find. We'll do one now, then we'll go through all the hunted cards, and then we'll do one close out the stream, right? I think that's a decent plan. All right, crack. I've zoomed it in a bit more than usual, but it should be nicer to view the cards. God, I don't have a rubbish box. On the ground they go then. Okay, so I'm not at all interested in commons, I believe. There is no commons that I care about. Rares, we're kind of looking for hurls and just dagger support. Toxicity, I mean, it's an all-around +1 loss of defense. I don't like toxicity as an attack reaction. Sorry, no attack reaction. It's not even an attack reaction, right? It has to be your first step. Maybe for a racking, it's fine. Nothing so far. No Majestic. And no rares of note. Oh well. God. I should just go from the back. There we go. So lots of toxicities. Frailty. Frailty, obviously, in the mirror matches is beautiful because shutting down Fangs and Syndra's weapon. God. I need to get my brain working. Is definitely nice. So yeah, Frailty is going to be big asking, take for Assassin and Ranger. Hey Alejandro, thanks. Hopefully we do pull something nice, right? I think there's only a couple decent M's. Actually, you know what? I have it right here. We're obviously looking for codexes. Premeditate's still kind of high, but Concealed Blade's gone nice and up, right? Yeah, and then mainly the DAG support stuff. So, not as juicy as I think Everfest, and bonds are, not so great. Although, it's only the red bond, right? That's gone. But nonetheless, Codex of Frailty. That's all we want. One a box, and we're happy. Any version we'll take. Okay, Lace Inertia, Barbed Undertow. Games when this hits, choose a red, yellow card. Until the next turn, they can't pitch cards of the chosen color. That could actually be interesting. The problem is, unlike Dromai and Faye taking a more harder red line, I feel like both Syndra and Fang are a bit more open. Alright. Bleed Out, Sneak Attack. I think I have my playsets of Bleed Out and everything. I think Hell's the ones I have tucked away somewhere, because at the time, they're more of a gimmicky card. Now they're really nice for Syndra, although I believe there is plenty of support in the Hunted for Hurling Daggers, right? Because they want it for draft. Our Gold Foil, fortunately, just a Seeker's Mitts, and it's not really bright enough to really see, but still, Gold Foil's Gold Foil. We're sort of over them at this point, right? Gold Foils were the big, chase element, and now we're getting 3 sets of armor a set, like something like that. Another toxicity, Amplifying Arrow. I didn't pull out the Barbed Undertow, I just realized. We get another Elemental Ranger. would be interesting if we get Earth Elemental Ranger, right? With like Thrive and Flourish would be kind of cool. Where did I see the Barbed Undertow? Maker? Nope. If I can't. It was literally 1 pack ago, was it not? No, 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 no. Barbed Undertow not an M? Read out as though it was an M. I think it's an M, but it doesn't feel like it should be this far back. Oh, there we are. Barbed Undertow. I've only had a quick look, but I don't recall there being any actual traps, right, for Arachne in the Hunted, which seems kind of weird, right? If 1 in 6 of your abilities kind of wants or demands a trap, right, in your draft deck. Anyway, we'll look through it. There might be one in like the common or the draft filler slots. Well, so far nothing too exciting. Touch, Pendulum Trap, Infectious Host, Foil Fisticuffs, I guess I'll take it, right? Back when, equipment was Rainbow Foil still. And not tucked away as promos. Gore Belching. Oh, if you take a really hard dagger line, you could probably get away with enough wicked enough attacks, right? To take Gore Belching and Syndra. I don't think you actually want to, but that could be interesting to some degree. Alright. So nothing in the first half. We'll take one good pull. Right, Codex is more than a box, no? Collapsing Trap. Nada. Collapsing Trap is... Guard their hand, then draw that many -1, which is also really disruptive. Otherwise, nothing. Red Bonds, if only. Let's actually look how high Red Bonds got at some point. So far, I don't think we've pulled any Majestic that's on the first page, right? Yeah, no. Nada. Nada. Oh, yeah, right? No, I'm one card short. Although the Majestic's always in the back, so that's fine. Frailty, Razor's Edge. Yeah. Actually a bit. No, 4 Majestics so far, right? No, 1's a Fisticuff. No, 4 Majestics. So, roughly 6 is what we're getting a box, isn't it? There's a Hurl, finally. I probably have missed some, but saves me going through my large boxes of bulk cards, looking for them. Although in saying that, we'll probably go through the hunted cards, and you probably won't want Hurl, you probably just want the hunted variants. Oh, we did get Codex. Blood Rot, that's not bad, right? It's still what's a $14 Majestic. It's still kind of nice. And it's sort of going up. What's this one? It's each... I should actually read the card right instead of the page. Each hero puts a card from their hand face down into their arsenal, create a Ponder token under your control, and a Blood Rot. I mean, I understand completely why Frailty is, so busted. If you can bet your opponent and you get the card, they don't get the card, and that's just absurd. Oh, speak of the devil. Well, there we go. And it is the rainbow foil. Beautiful. Got the lighting in this room. Probably go turn on. Let's see. Definitely, yeah, I think it's greater than a box. Although boxes are steadily shining up. And I do like, so far, right, the pattern that Fab sits in, where we are cycling around to sets and Majestics. So it is really nice to sort of have that in the back of your mind, that almost every Majestic should at some point be playable. Where's Last Sold? Rainbow Fall, there we go. no big difference, right? And they usually see that when a card's really playable. People just don't care what variant it is, unless there's obviously a chase variant. But, yeah. One box, one card, and you're golden. All we need to pull was a Codex of Rathe. But, I'll still take an equipment piece. I don't think I actually have a playset of Codexes either. But I sold them the first time they spiked. I just wasn't playing Assassin or Ranger. Nope. Nope. What's the send Gust Wave do? Costs 1 less to play and has +2. Alright, lucky last for the box, and then we can crack into the Hunted. We get another M, which is nice. Royalty Trap, Tar Pit Trap. Heads leads tails. When the stacks, name another card. Action cards with the same name have +1 this combat chain. You know what they need to print? A variant of that's name and attack, right? Because then you could name daggers, or your weapon. That'd be kind of interesting. But I think that's still a nice one for Ninja, no? Let's see. Not on the first page, but that's fine. Take a look at the other M's we pulled too. Nope. I guess it's not that great of an M. Or is Barbed Undertow or Gore Belching? Does Gore Belching banish or discard? No, it only banishes the attack it reveals. Fill the top card of your deck until you reveal an attack extra card if you do banish it. They actually just shuffle your deck. Could be interesting if you're looking for a specific attack. We'll have to see, obviously, what the Hunted has. But, nonetheless, still a good box, right? Because of the Codex. Alright. Crack into the Hunted. So we'll take a look at the primer and the rule reprise, right? And then we'll sort of dig deep into the cards. Where's my monitor? There we go. Okay. So the primer should give us, an understanding of how Fang and Syndra should operate. To some extent, we're not going to go into it crazily, because I assume, there's quite a bit to go over, because context-wise, you got the whole combat chain with Draconic, right? The correct playing of attack reactions on a lot of cards and their checks. So, yeah, a lot to go over. But the Mark mechanic, which is the main Frailty generation, and I guess your Chaos mechanic as Arachne. So, anything interesting? Mark Hero stays marked. No, it's just an explanation of how it works, right? So it just exists until you attack. Fang, Fang with Obsidian Fire Vein, you have to play something in the reaction step. It doesn't have to be a Draconic attack reaction, it can be an instant, and then gives it its bonus. Fang's goal is to mark, and then create Faulty tokens, and then obviously stack up 3, right? So that you have the discount on your daggers. Be kind of nice. Syndra, play Draconic Ninja, Kunai, attacks aggressively with her daggers and destroys them, then play several Draconic attacks in order to reduce the cost of her ability and grab her daggers. Well, it's not really several, because you just swing twice, play 1, and then you can grab them back. Well, I suppose this is extending it out, but the whole idea is you do 1 Flick Knife so that you can end your turn at least with 1 dagger back consistently, right? Because then you'll always have the 3. It's actually why I think Concealed Blade is really nice for Syndra, because when you have 3 juggling, it's... Well, no, because you can't re-equip it because the dagger hasn't been destroyed yet. Yeah. Still, I like the idea of juggling between 3. Syndra's goal is to chip down your hero, right? Closes the game with unpreventable damage. Is it, though? I didn't think any of... You can still prevent, right? 2 damage, it's only the life symbol damage that you can't prevent with prevention effects. At least that's my understanding. Pro tip, the kunai themselves also contribute, was combat chain destroyed, open new combat chain by attacking with the second kunai. Well, that's actually an interesting way to do it, right? But again, if you have I suppose in that case, if you have flick knives, you'd want to attack, close, attack, flick, another attack, flick knives, another attack, and then equip both daggers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just flick knives is so important for Syndrome. I'm surprised. I know they printed a draft variant that was like a one-off flick knives, right? I mean, we'll get to it eventually. Arachne, so marked. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah. I believe there was a third dagger revealed. But the Graphene Chicillary? Spider Fang is nice. It's almost like they wanted to, right? Name Spider Fang, but it's already taken. Because attack 1, stealth, so it has synergy with a lot of your effects. And then if it's attacking marked hero, it gets go again. So it's more of the fact that you have a nice 1-cost dagger as assassin that you can buff pretty actively. It's really good. End of your turn, you get to become an agent of chaos. So yeah, Trapdoor, right, wants traps. Because chaos, unfortunately, was not a thing. We got 2 chaos cards, minus the agents, right? The Fable and the Brody card, right? Anyway, that's the primer. Rules. So, what interactions do they explain? I think the agents are pretty self-explanatory, right? It's mainly the taking them with your deck, right? So it's a 6 extra cards, but it doesn't count towards anything. So you need them, but they don't impede your sideboarding. Can I use Frailty to overcome? They only play cards that Draconic restrictions. Yes, I believe Frailty is just a fix-all, right? Because it's just the next card you play this turn is Draconic. So any check that requires Draconic, as long as you've activated Fealty, can be satisfied by any card at that point, right? And then the correct order of play. If I flick a Draconic Dagger, do I still control the Draconic Link? Yes, because it's already set, right? You don't control the Draconic Dagger, but you control the Link. Yeah. I think it's terminology that's been around for ages, but even myself, I didn't quite comprehend it till the Hunter came out, having a weapon attack, and a chain link, right, and separating them. So, for instance, when you swing with the dagger, you control the dagger, you control the weapon attack, and then you obviously control the chain. And then if you get rid of it, right, you lose the weapon. You still control the attack as the active chain link, and then for the chain links, you control the Draconic. If I flick marks of the Huntsman, can I mark them? Yes, right, because it has the when this hits a hero, and all the flick effects say this hits, right? Or it has hit a hero. Can I attack twice with the same dagger? Well, same is in quotation for that reason, because it's not really the same dagger, because every time you re-equip something, it's a new instance. Let's take up the mantle, keep up buffs. Take the mantle. Target attack action card with stealth gets +2. If it's attacking marked hero instead gets +3, and you may banish an attack action card with stealth from your graveyard. If you do, the target becomes a copy. So the fact that it's becoming a copy, it should, right? Yeah, fundamentally, as you're keeping the same targeted card on the chain, it's just gaining the effect, right, of the banish card. The changing values printed on the card too. Okay, so yeah, effect and attack. That also get a little confusing. I'll have to dig through the stealth cards to see if there's anything worthy. I mean, the Just a Nick, right? Target attack with 1 or less. Because if you swap it to something stronger, does Just a Nick still work? Where's... It's down there, so I assume Just a Nick is referenced. No? Underneath? No? Double tap. No static, Nick +3. Good ability, 1. Yeah. Kiss of Death is a dagger. So yeah, this is the other sort of kind of confusing one, right? Because it's not a weapon. So this on the active chain, you control a dagger, but you don't control a weapon. That makes sense. So cards that buff a weapon don't work, but cards that buff a dagger do work. That is my understanding correct. Kiss of Death is an attack action card with subtype dagger. So I'd really like to see this done for Warrior, right? Because I think that's the perfect way to blend in more attack action cards for Warriors if they are weapon effects, right? This means the effect can target, select, or otherwise apply to daggers, can do so with Kiss of Death, while it is also considered an attack action card. Like other daggers, Kiss of Death does not have the weapon type or the one-handed type, so effects that target those typings don't work. Cannot be equipped to your weapon zone. Yeah, that makes sense. So even if it's in the graveyard, right? Because Syndra's exact wording is equip up to 2 Draconic Daggers, although that's Draconic Daggers. I don't even think this is for... No, it's just Assassin. But there are cards. There's the new mechanic called... Yeah, I'm surprised not actually in here. Retrieve. as a way to equip from the graveyard, which is beautiful. It means that daggers are a bit more applicable to Fae and Ira, right? Especially the Draconic daggers for Fae is just going to be very, very interesting. I don't think he's actually better than Syndra, but it's still interesting. In addition, Kiss of Death was an attack on a previous link of the combat chain. When it's flicked, it counts as an attack hitting. This is a unique interaction. It does not apply to other daggers. So, what I'm curious about that, does it explain with Toxicity? Toxicity then attacks during the reaction step, giving Kiss of Death +3 and the on-hit triggered ability. It activates, Nick then plays Kiss of Death, does not hit, then attacks with Flick of Knives. Flick hits, triggering the on-hit effect of Kiss of Death, Toxicity, and Arachne. Okay, that is what I really want to know. So you can stockpile buffs on Kiss of Death and then still flick it and double dip, as long as it's on when this hits, right? As long as it's a hit effect that it gains. So, do they explain with attack reactions? The next ranger attack when you can't play this turn gains when this hits. I think reactions are worded the same, right? It's just this gains when this blah blah blah. So it should maintain all buffs. God, I wonder how long it took them to set that up on Teleshare, giving it memory. But yeah, so Kiss of Death is kind of really strong, right? So stealth interaction, 0 cost 3, and then buffs. So Slip Through the Cracks is gonna love it because you can give it a go again. Yeah, there's probably something to play around with Kiss of Death. Obviously, if you copy it from the graveyard, it doesn't gain any buffs or anything like that. Alright. I mean, if there's any other interactions, I guess we'll mull through them. But, on to the actual cards. So, start, I guess. Schism of Chaos, the Fabled gem with, I think, one of the strongest Fabled effects, right? So when this is pitched, each hero shuffles, then puts the top card of the deck face down into their arsenal. So it's a bit disruptive with the shuffle, but the fact that you can use this when you pitch, right, and your opponent has an attack or a defense reaction, something they can't activate straight away, is just an extra card, right? So you declare your arsenal card, you pitch for it, you get another arsenal card. So super strong, but obviously it's restricted to new Arachne, Marionettes, or what's the young version called? Web of Deceit, or Slip Through the Cracks, right? You can't actually take it in solitary confinement in Blitz because he's not Chaos, and they're the only 2 Chaos heroes. So, yeah, really, really strong, right? I think if it wasn't Chaos, it would quickly climb as a really expensive Fable, right? Do we go through the agents? We can do them quickly, I suppose, right? So, stealth mechanic, Arachne's base ability is, I feel, a bit undertuned, right? To, again, comprehend the actual effects. Although, again, I'm not too blown away. Again, yeah, I gotta stop saying again. I always find one word that I just stick with whenever I'm speaking. It's usually right? So I'll say something that I'll do like confirming, say right. But now it's apparently again. So, Arachne Web of Deceit, your attacks with stealth or attacking a mark hero get +1, and when this hits, this gets to go again. Again, I don't like that it's conditional. I wish it was just your first attack with stealth, marks a hero and gains go again. But then he's basically slipped through the cracks, so it doesn't really make sense. And then our 6 Agents of Chaos, so discard an assassin card, discard an assassin card, also discard an assassin card, yeah. So all 5 of them are discard, and then Trapdoor is fetch a trap. So what I was really hoping for with Arachne Trapdoor was Chaos cards that were, you may play this from your banish zone and just have extra flavorful use with Trapdoor. But unless there's any traps printed in the set, I feel really bad for draft because it's just a dead 1 in 6 roll with your ability. I mean, there are cards you want. Do you want them in your banish zone? No. No, you want them in your graveyard. Yeah. So Orb Weaver, to me, is the standout one, right? Because you want the daggers and then the -1 to their costs while you have it active is really nice too. And then even your next stack of stealth gets +3. So, would you want to play this twice? I think discarding in your opponent's turn would be too detrimental. Unless, they have some sort of disruption effect to your hand and you get to just equip a dagger, get rid of a card from your hand, and impede their effect. But, the weapon. So, initially revealed Mark of the Huntsman. Not too exciting, right? Bit too demanding. I feel like its destruction effect shouldn't be there. I know all the flick effects have destruction effects, but I don't know how they figure it out. But I feel like flicking it, you should have been able to keep it and mark your opponent, and that would just be a nice offhand dagger that you constantly keep to set up your marks. But Hunter's Glaive. So when it hits a hero, mark them. Basically the same thing, right? I don't actually know why they worded it like this. I guess because the may. Yeah. So this is when you attack normally, you can mark them. When you flick it, you can still mark them. Has piercing, has 2. I have no idea why you take Mark the Huntsman over Hunter's Glaive, right? If you're taking a marking dagger, again, through flicking, it does the exact same thing, and it's just got the piercing, which I think is better than attacking a marked hero anyway. Mask of Deceit. Arachne specialization. When this defends, become a random agent of chaos. And then if the attacking hero is marked, instead choose the agent of chaos. I'm glad specialization is still a thing, right? Because if you think, Rosetta did have it, and usually the expansion slot features it, but when we got the Transcend cards, the 3 main ones for Misfail, I was really disappointed that they weren't specializations, and I'm disappointed that the legendaries, because I have seen them, for Syndra and Fang also aren't specializations, right? I think just having the toolkit for Cheyenne. I know there's no plan whatsoever to get her over to classic constructed, but I do like when Cheyenne just gets steadily increased, right? But Mask of Deceit is interesting. I don't think you'd take it as Cheyenne, but the fact that you can take this as any Arachne, not just Chaos Arachne, and still have the agents, and even better, you can specifically pick which agent you want to go into, right? Is kind of nice. You'd probably want to set up one of the cheap daggers, maybe. Okay, and then Kiss of Death we already saw. Under the Trap Door. So banish target trap from your graveyard. If you do, you may play it this turn, and if you would, put it into the graveyard this turn, instead banish it. So, did we actually get? We did. We got Assassin Instant Trap. Do we get any other traps? I assume they'd have to be just draft fodder traps. I'm not seeing any, though. Right? It's just the Majestic? That can't be right. Maybe it's the combo cards. But that also does make sense, because I don't think they're giving traps to Ninja or Warrior. I will skip to this since it interacts. Each opposing hero and ally that has done its damage to you this turn loses 1 life. And it's not even a block. Is this good? Why do I have a feeling this is not good? I mean, I'd love a reversal card that was like, lose 1 life for each hit, right? Instead of just 1. I mean, the ally disruption could be really good. There must be more traps. Attack the Mentor already seen. Tarantula Toxin. Target card defending attack with stealth gets -3. So it's a shred plus a buff, which is really good, right? Your daggers. Why you really want to get the graphene out. Bite. Stealth. When this attacks hero, you may have target dagger control deal 1 damage, so inflict ability and destroy. When this attacks is the main thing we want to see, not on hit. So, yeah. Just Assassin getting some ninja variants so that it can still flick, right? It has stealth interaction. When this attacks a mark, you equip a graphene distillery, right? So there are other ways to equip the daggers. Well, one other way, at the very least. That is definitely nice, because, again, I do think they're pretty valuable daggers. So, again, you definitely want to get rid of the marking daggers. But at the same time, what's the Graven's cool? I think the one that you can, although there's not enough contract actually to build the silver to get that back readily. There must be other equip effects, right? Assassin has retrieve as well. Stains of the Red Back. If this defending hero is marked, this costs 1 less to play. Target type stealth gets +3 and go again. So like go again is the big clencher. So that's nice. But most of these are still just draft filler. Although I do think for all 3, because Fang, you want Draconic Reactions, so the Warrior staples aren't that great. Syndra, you want dagger stuff, so we've got a little of that before, but we'll mainly get in this set. And then as Assassin, stealth, but stealth in a different way to what we've usually gone with stealth. So it does seem like the Hunted wants predominantly the Hunted cards, and then a few main Majestic staples. Which is nice, right? That the set is all inclusive. The draft experience should be good. Orb Weaver Spinets. equip a dagger, right, token. Next attack with stealth this turn gets +3 and go again. So it's basically the Orb Weaver effect without the discard. Although, obviously, you're discarding this while playing it. And it can block. Yeah, so if you swing with the dagger straight away, it's a 4. If you don't, it just buffs whatever stealth. I think that's nice, right? So yeah, you're definitely cycling through daggers as both Syndra and Arachne, but in different ways, which is really nice. It's kind of funny, right? Because a lot of speculation at the start was the token mechanic would be Syndra's thing. Backstab, reprint, defang, and extinguish. No third. They usually come in 3s. Yes, because backstab's in there. Was its contract? Fang, contract, Syndra, yeah. There we go. Need to worry about that, right? It's draft filler. Mark the Black Widow. When this hits a mark hero, they banish a card from their hand. Not seeing a lot of other marks set up, though, right? Oh, down here. Mark of the Funnel Web hits a mark hero, banish a card from their arsenal. So, fight contract synergy if you want. Mark the Parade. When this hits a hero, mark them. Stealth, stacking mark hero gets +1. Here we go. Reaper Skull. Stealth or instant discard this mark target opposing hero. So that's definitely nicer to set up your mark, right? And just a guaranteed trigger effect. And you can take 9 of them, technically. Stealth, when the stacks mark hero, gets to go again. So nice buff card, right? So basically you want to play it. That's one of your openers. Buff it a decent amount, right? Because we're basically going to take stealth interaction cards. Razor's Edge, target attack with stealth gets +3, kind of flat compared to the other ones, right? Two sides of the blade, target dagger gets +3, and then target attack action card with stealth gets +3, and when this hits a hero, mark them again. Fantastic, right? You get +3, and the mark mechanic on this, the token dagger. I didn't actually look at the ruling, right? Because it's when this hits a hero, mark them, right? But then when you hit a hero, you clear mark. So I'd assume it reapplies the mark straight away. But you never know. Hunted or Hunter. When this defends... Oh, there we go, another trap. When this defends and the attacking hero has played or activated an attack reaction that's chain link, they lose 1 life. So this must be fairly common, so that you will have access to 3 of them for draft, right? Because again, just dead ability seems awful. Yeah, played or activated attack reactions, chain link, they lose 1 life. So it's a nice ping. They feel kind of flat though in comparison to even the dual traps for Ranger Assassin. I guess it makes more sense, right? These are more aggressive traps because you're an assassin, right? Rather than planning. All right, on to Ninja then. So Blood Runs Deep definitely still feels like your stable card just because it's the double dagger destruction. But then we have Ignite. When this attacks an extra Draconic card, you play or activate this combat chain, costs 1 less to play or activate. Go again. God, what is... There's a chain link one, right, that Draconic has. I think it's Draconic Ninja 2 that this just completely outcompetes. It's either banish top card of your deck or banish card from your hand and it costs 1 less to play. This is definitely nicer because it just requires 1. No, sorry, it doesn't require any save. It's just the next Draconic card you play or activate this combat chain costs 1 less to play. Oh, it works with your daggers. Right? Yeah, because you're activating the daggers when you declare it. So Ignite into a swing. Yeah, that's a really good M. Demonstrate Devotion. If you control 2 or more chain links, this gets to go again. When this attacks a hero, create a Filthy token. So that's what we really want, the guaranteed Filthy tokens, without having to mark. It doesn't actually seem like Syndra cares at all about marking your opponent, which is weird to then still have this as the ability, right? It feels like, I don't know, you'd have had some other mechanic to tie in Filthy, or just chain links. But maybe we'll see some proper cards. But so far, every time I've gone to build Syndra, I really don't care about mark. I don't really care that much about Filthy either. But if you get them, you get them, and then it does help smooth out some of your chains or access some of your buffs. Display Loyalty. If you control 2 or more Draconic chain links, get to go again, and when this attacks, create a Filthy token. So also nice. Are these? All right, this is rare. I guess they really want it for draft. That's why it's legendary. All right, Wrath of Retribution. So legendary. Unfortunately, you can only have 1 in your constructor deck, but right, remember the change. You can go nuts and have up to 3, right, in draft, which is pretty crazy. This costs 1 less to play for each kind of chain link you control, so 2 swings and 1 attack in the clear. Problem is, you want to play this before you swing with your daggers, so it's a good payoff turn when you're overextending with the daggers, right? So go dagger, dagger, blood runs deep, Rathe retribution, re-equip the daggers, dagger, dagger, right? Something like that. So when this attacks, daggers you control get +1 and cost 1 less to activate this combat chain. So yeah, I think that gives a greater payoff to basically all the combo lines, well, all the play lines that we sort of went through. Chain link can only have 1, but you know, if you take any sense of cycling cards back, this is the card to cycle back. It's 3 cost, right? And guarantee the reason they did 3 cost is so you can't Memorial Ground it, unfortunately, right? Because it's 2/0/1, right? Let's check. I think you've got enough really big payoff cards that Remembrance is actually kind of interesting. Yeah, so 2 or less, and then yellow's 1 or less, and blue's 0 or less. Link, so you can't grab Rathe Retribution. Blood Drop, this costs 1 less to play for each kind of chain link you control. So just a nice 0 for 2 with Go Again. Bella. But yeah, basically just chain links and discounts, not marking and filthy. 1 less, 2 for 3. So with all these cards, I think the lesser variance is never ever worth it. Because again, it's just so easy to set up the chain links. I think you want the high cost one, because it's just obviously better for your damage payoff. Burning Blade Dance. You control 2 or more draconic chain links. This gets Go Again, and when this hits a hero, you may have target dagger you control deal 1 damage to them. So flick. But yeah, 2 or more for a Go Again on a 0/3 that also throws your dagger. Definitely nice. Devotion is a reprint, right? Does try to outlaw. I feel like that's a reprint. I control 2 or more draconic chain links. This gets Go Again and mark a hero. Again, I'm pretty sure between display loyalty and like demonstrate devotion, you have enough ways to generate fealty that you don't necessarily need the mark mechanic. Reprint. Where were we? No. Nope, yeah. Reprint. Mark of Magma. 2 or more draconic chain links, Go Again, and this marks. So 1 for 4 with Go Again and mark. I guess that's kind of nice. Reprints. I guess it depends how you want to craft, right? The goal of everyone come now, right, and when you go to proper competitions, is to figure out the sweet spot for Syndra's Curve, right? Because you can no-brainer and take 1s and 0s, but you want 1s and 2s, I think, because you've got these types of discount cards. So Art of Dragon Blood, right, revealed for a while, but it's still really nice. Your next 3 draconic cards cost 1 less to play. So fealty into this. That's the problem, though. I'm not seeing, again, sizable payoff for fealty other than cards like this. So getting 1 hero there and saving it definitely seems like the plan. Devotion never dies. When this hits, if a draconic attack was the last attack of the combat chain, banish this. If you do, you may play it this turn. So, yeah. Play it twice. Play it infinitely. Right? Because when you play it, it goes back on the chain, and then you get to banish it again. Does this cycle infinitely if you have, again, if you have the resources, such a discount? Or did not think of Devotion Never Dies. Might have to rework my Syndra combo, right? Or just do another one with Devotion Never Dies. I've already planned out and done the daggers again. Both Syndra and Fang were 200 to 300 damage. The combo potential. Yeah, this must just cycle. As long as it continues to hit. Which, that's the thing. If you have a card like this, and you have ways to discount or stockpile resources, heck, the +3 from the chess piece, right? That's just so much extra damage after you've gone wide enough on your opponent. Oh, it's a ninja card too. Okay, so that's the loop. You need to make this draconic. But if you have enough dagger swings, you go dagger, devotion, dagger, devotion, dagger, devotion. Yeah, I can definitely loop this in. Prowess of agility. Absolutely insane. I can understand the other draw cards that we're getting, right? They definitely seem like they've been tuned correctly. This does not. So when you attack for the 4th time during your turn, you may destroy this if you do draw a card. So unconditional. You just have to get to 4 chain links. Get to 4 chain links, you may get an extra card, right? And then the caveat is at the beginning of your end phase, if you have attacked less than 3 times this turn, destroy this. Which, again, seems relatively easy to do as well. So the fact that you can throw this out and, yeah, maintain it easy enough and pop it easy enough is just nuts to me, right? And it's still blue and it's still 3. So, yeah, it feels like it should be 2 block to offset its effect. Insane. This has to be the top ninja card, I think, right? Art of Dragon Claw scene, so if it's draconic, destroy cards in your arsenal. Again, for any comparison's sake, regardless of cost or discount, that I will always make to Command & Conquer is they don't have the defense reaction prevention, right? So your opponent still has the opportunity to clear their arsenal if it is a defense reaction, even when you play this. So it doesn't really matter. It's a good alternative. It's a cheap alternative to Command & Conquer, but at the same time, it's not. Once attacks, deals 2 damage. Fine. Put a 1 counter on equipment they control, then if it has 0 to strength. Actually, a lot bigger, right? Because gets Mask of Momentum. I'm thinking about the mirror matchups or anything like. No, it doesn't get Mask of Momentum. But I think it gets the Blood Splattered. Can I see it? No, Blood Vest. Yeah, so it does get Blood Splattered Vest. There are a decent enough 1 defense staple pieces, right, for this to have a decent impact. Dragon Power, it's Draconic, gets +3. Filler. Silver Talent, when this attacks a hero, if it's Draconic, you may have a target dagger you control. So, again, she just does not have great enough marking and fealty generation in comparison to a marking for Arachne or Fang for these style of cards to matter. So I do think this is just useless. And you have plenty of other ways to destroy your daggers. So yeah, I don't think Silver Talon is anywhere desirable. First Tenant Strike first. When it's attacked, next draconic attack, this combat chain gets +1. Go again. Yeah, fine. Last attack, this combat chain gets +1. So you go first Tenant, Draconic, Grow Claw. Right, and that is kind of decent. Drunk attack was the last attack this combat. Right, so to see if they, keep going with Mark is this interesting mechanic. Trap and Release. Hit 0, mark them. Right, so both of them just hit and mark, and then 0 cost, 1 cost. Yeah. Alright, on to Fang. Hunt's End. Plays only if you control 3 or more fealty tokens. Target dagger gets +4. So, just nice, right? Slightly above average, being +4 instead of +3. Again, my game plan for Fang will just always be get to 3 and maintain 3 fealty, right? Regardless of whether or not I want to pop them for go again. Maintaining 3 for the discount to your daggers, the longevity of the game seems like the priority over getting the +1 and go again, right? Even if it cuts a turn short. So yeah, it's nice. +4, 0 cost. Long Whisker Loyalty, fantastic though, right? So similar to Bloodborne's Deep, real auto 3 of include in every Fang, and Syndra type card. For each Draconic Chainlink, choose 1. So once you get to 3, you can pick all 3. As pointed out to me, you can target your other dagger. So I still do think that 1 Obsidian Firevein, 1 Quicksilver is better than 2 Obsidian Firevein, right? Because you can shift all the additional attacks to Quicksilver and then not worry about having enough cards to have for the reaction step, right? +2, additional attack, and the marking. So I do think Fang has a better level of mark and fealty generation, just because it's definitely more impactful, right, to his ability. Affirm Loyalty, target dagger attack, gets +2. Control 2 or more Draconic Chain Links, create a fealty token, right? So just that generation alone is nice. Again, I can see you getting away with not actually having to mark and hit your opponent, and just taking the cards that generate fealty, right? Again, you get to 3, you just have to play a Draconic card every turn. That's going to be super easy as Fang. And are they? They must be auras, so your opponent can destroy them, right? Yeah. So your opponent can still destroy them. That's fine. We're up to... we do Devotion? So same thing? No. Alright, yeah, attack reaction, attack reaction. 0 for 2, 1 for 3, and then 2 or more draconic chain links, fealty token. And obviously you can play that on the second swing. So if you do take Obsidian Fire Vein, I guess, or 2 Obsidian Fire Vein, you go swing, swing, play this, right? And you still get the buff. It's why I kind of want, you know, those weapon attacks for someone like Vein, where you go weapon attack card as your opener, Obsidian Fire Vein, then you have the chains to play something like this. Fire and Brimstone, legendary. This costs 1 less to play for each chain link control. Daggers you control get +1 and may attack an additional time this turn. Yeah, also fantastic. So again, play 2 links, it's free. Right, you play it on the second link of your dagger swing, and you get +1, and then you also get the additional swings, which is just really, really strong. Right, harder time refetching this though than Cinder's. Listening Blade, target dagger attack gets +2, and then if you have 2 or more, it gets +3 instead. Right, so average, filler. Less Brothers of Flame. Plays only if you control 2 or more, 1 for 4. Again, not that fantastic. Dynastic Dedication. Costs 1 less for each chain link control target dagger gets +3. Also not that great, right? Even though you'll have an easy time discounting it, because fortunately the 2 block. Imperial Intent. This costs 1 less to play for each chain link, so same thing. Golden Iron, though. Target dagger attack gets +X, where X is the number of draconic chain links you control. God. 3 from Flurry Stance. So, sorry, 6 from Flurry Stance. 6 from Flurry Stance. 8 with Fire and Brimstone. And an extra 3. So that'd be 11 dagger swings. Yeah, I can see Scalding Iron being a finisher. Right? You can definitely pump it enough where, again, it's at that +3 already, right? So far, the better common card. Searing Gaze. Target dagger gets +2. You control 2 or more. When this hits, mark them. Yeah. Again, I don't think it's necessary. This is a fire. +3, 0 cost, but you can only play it for 2 or more. Right? I feel like I should make it a +4 then. Although +4 might be a bit too detrimental. Some additional effect. Sizzling Steel, target dagger gets +3, control 2 or more gets 4 instead. 1 for 4, not fantastic. I guess the main caveat here is your Draconic Warrior attackers. It's like in sense of all the buffs, right? They've factored in Obsidian Fire Vein into the value of the cards, so they're actually below value in that sense. Stabbing Pain, target dagger attack gets +3, control 2 or more when this hits mark you. Alright, and then first legendary? No, we saw the Arachne Mask. But this is just significant for every single warrior deck, right? So this depends until the end of turn, opponents can't attack with weapons. So, right, in the case of Enigma, your auras are weapons, right? Most times auras are weapons when it comes to an illusionist matchup. So, yeah, this shuts down everyone but Ranger and Wizard. Do I have that correct? Everyone else will be using weapons. Yeah, and mirror match, of course. So this is just such a fantastic regain tempo card, right? When you're in a pickle, shut down your opponent's turn, and then you try to gain the advantage again. Beautiful, beautiful legendary. Jagged Edge, damage prevention, damage that would be dealt. Damage prevention. They need to invent the term, right? For what to term that. But yeah, so damage can't be prevented, and a +3 on a 1 cost. So yeah, really good. Fortunately, just warrior attack reaction. Well, it's nice in the sense that everyone has access, every warrior has access to this, because again, this is filling up their toolkit with much needed cards against certain matchups. Yeah. We want more damage prevention effects. Provoke, also a really nice one. So if you're attacking with a weapon, this chain link, the defending hero reveals a card from their hand. If it's an action card, adds the chain link as defending card, otherwise they discard it. So either you're pulling a normal block card, or you're getting rid of a defense reaction or an instant. So yeah, nice. Wow, or an aura card. No, auras are still actions, right? Yeah, action dot aura. Yeah. So yeah, getting rid of an instant or a defense reaction is definitely nice, especially if the defense reaction would shut down your turn or impede it. So provoke is good. Sharpen Sense. Go again, weapon attack, get +1. Then if it's greater than twice their base, they get go again. So go again for the whole turn, and then at the end phase, destroy this. So throw this out, and you have go again. Right? In the case of Fang, since your daggers will be 2 damage. Does this work well with... Who does this work well? Bolton? Bolton, actually, right? And then swapping out to a different weapon rather than Raiden. I have to look into that, right? Because, yeah, having go again on your weapons, the combo shenanigans that I usually like to build as warrior, is such a big thing. So this is a nice fix-it card. Nice. Target dagger gets +1, and then your next dagger attack this turn gets +3. So a bit of incentive to take daggers as others. And they're the Quicksilver daggers. Why do I feel like Quicksilver daggers were blue, though? Has to be the Quicksilver daggers. They're the only daggers Warrior has access to. Right. Twist and turn. Next dagger attack this turn gets +4. When this hits, you may attack with an additional time this turn. Also fantastic. The Warrior action, though. That's the only problem. How much does Warrior care about maintaining chains? Actually, I don't think it does. This is another card I did not factor into comboing. Twist and turn. Doesn't have draw, though. Because that's the issue currently. As combo, right? This is just not enough draw engines. But twist and turn is definitely nice, right? So swing again with the dagger. Agility stance. Again, another fix it, right? Go again for the entire turn. So inside your turn, destroy this, then your dagger attacks yet go again. So as long as you can maintain it and your opponent doesn't destroy it, just superb, right? Especially for big weapons. No, sorry, it's daggers. Never mind. But still good for daggers. It's slight incentive to take 2 Obsidian Fire Veins instead of Quicksilver. Flurry Stance, so that's the big one. So start turn, destroy this, and then each dagger gets an additional swing. So just 1 Flurry Stance gets you 2 extra swings, which is definitely impactful enough. Power Stance, start of your turn, daggers get +1. Also kind of nice, but kind of hard to work in there, right? I feel like it's just one you can drop. Flurry Stance definitely seems like the one to take. Why are these out of order? Are their card numbers actually out of order? 1, 2, 6. They are. That's annoying. Why does that annoy me so much? Why are they out of order? Is it because they were alphabetized? Or they don't count as the normal triplet of cards? Anyway, yeah, so I do think you want Flurry Stance, but you don't really care about the other two, right? They kind of win more. Cut deep, next dagger attack this turn gets +4. And value, right? But it's not a reaction. Hunt a killer. Your next dagger attack this turn gets +4. When this hits hero, mark them. So the problem is there is a lot of choice already that these cards don't really do much for Fang, but obviously as dagger support for Warrior overall, they do. Knife through butter, next dagger gets +4. When it attacks a marked hero this turn, it gets go again. So, yeah, go again generation, good. Point of engagement, the next dagger attack gets +3. Until the end turn, your attacks get +1 while attacking a marked hero. I'm going buff, but I don't think you can set up marked enough to consistently get that. Obviously, getting the 4 value out of it puts it slightly above curve. So if you can get any more than +4, it's kind of worth it. Sworn Vengeance. That gets +3. Hits a hero, mark them. Go again. Yeah. Alright. Next good legendary. I think all the legendaries for the set are fantastic. Right. So Dragon Scalar Flight Path. Instant, pay 3. Destroy this. Target Draconic attack gets go again. So the Draconic Snapdragon Scalars with considerably extra spice. If it's a weapon or ally, so dragon, you may attack with it an additional time this turn. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each draconic chain link you control. So again, swing with your daggers, play a card, and then you can attack an additional time. Fantastic. Fantastic for both. Yeah. It's just whether or not you need the defensive slot, right? So I do think this and the generic legs are basically just your auto-include, right? And then you just swap between them depending on the matchup. Okay. First set of armor. We have Draconic, and it's destroy this, mark Arachne. Are they all targeted to Arachne? They are. Right, so complete draft order, worse than the normal equipment, right? In the sense of cold foil. So I feel like they should just not cold foil the draft equipment. Right? I mean, again, if you flood the pool, then there's better cold foils to get, but what's the point of it being a box when it's just, if it's like this is no longer, a few dollars off your box. This is a nothing card, right? Because it is just solely for draft. It has no flexibility in it whatsoever. But attack reaction, mark Arachne. Attack reaction, next attack costs 1 less against Arachne. Sorry, not attack reaction, instant. Attack reaction, attack against Arachne gets +1. Attack against Arachne getting to go again. So they're not even that substantial effects, but obviously they will be fun in draft. Coat of Allegiance. Destroy this, gain 1 resource. Why? Why are we getting more of these effects, in all honesty? That's my only complaints about this set. All the cards, fantastic. They do what they need to do across the board, even the draft filler. But it's just so many iterations of gain a resource. And we already have just the staple variant, right? You have, because you can't block it. Well, you can block with it, but it doesn't have block, so you have a blocking card. But we have Blossoming, what is it called? I can just type in Blossom, and it'll come up. Right, Blossom of Spring. Same thing, you can block with it, never mind. Right, which is just a staple. Destroy this, gain a resource. Right? This isn't an instant, this is an attack reaction, it's still an action, does exactly the same thing, but with this conundrum. So, yeah. I think we're getting to the point where equipment bloat is the one thing I kind of hate about the game. Right? Alright, Oath of Loyalty. You may only play this if it's the first action of your turn. When this is played until the end turn, you may only play Draconic cards, but you get a 0 for 4 out of it. Right? And it also then sets up the chain links for Fang and Syndra. It's nice. As long as you have Filthy. As Fang, you're fine. I don't think you want it as Syndra. But it's nice. Now, Loyalty Beyond the Grave. This. Auto-include, right? This defense reaction, so it's nice in one aspect. And then, of course, while this is in your graveyard, at the start of your turn, you may banish 2 cards, named Loyalty Beyond the Grave. From... Why am I reading like this? Okay. While this is in your graveyard, at the start of your turn, you may banish 2 cards named Loyalty Beyond the Grave from your graveyard. If you do, for a card. So, yeah, the fact that it's may and not as soon as there's 2 is also hugely, hugely important, right? So the fact that this can sit in your graveyard as long as your opponent doesn't impede it, but, you know, on the one hand, it means we're getting enhanced interaction across the entire board state of the game. But yeah, it's a nice draw. Definitely a nice draw card. Compounding Anger. 1 less feature Draconic Chain Link, so most likely a 0 for 5. Fine. Not great. Attacking Arachne, mark them. And then if you're attacking a marked hero. So you play this, it will mark Arachne. It's draft filler. We don't actually have to go into it. If you create a Filthy token this turn, this gets Go Again. So a 0 for 4 with Go Again. It's definitely nice, right? As long as you have that Filthy. Bubble to the Surface. Now this interests me, right? And I will have to look into unique interactions we can do with it. So this costs 1 less to play for each Draconic Chain Link, so 2 Chain Links, and you can play it. Reveal cards from the top of your deck until you've revealed a red card. Banish it, and you may play it this turn. So it's a fetch, a combo piece in a deck that has very few red cards. So I will have to weigh it up, but I don't think, obviously, competitively, taking just the staple red cards, so the legendaries, for instance, Long Whisker Loyalty for Fang, or Bloodrun's Deep for Syndra, is worth with this card. But it is still a nice effect to go sift through your entire deck and get a specific card. I think it's how I want them to handle search mechanics, right? We don't want to get to Yu-Gi-Oh! Levels of shenanigans. And then Drop of Dragon's Blood. Also, kind of insane, right? So legendary, it's cost 1 less to play for each Draconic Chain Link you control, gain a resource. And both Fang and Syndra have low enough curves that 1 extra resource goes a long way. So the fact that it replaces itself, you can make it free once you've swung enough. Again, both of them have 2 weapons, so once you're done with your weapons, if they're Draconic, you can play this for free, gain a resource, and replace in your hand is definitely nice, right? And I think it's the sweet spot, because I don't think you'd want 3 copies. You could. I might be wrong, but because it's, you know, non-blocking instant, I think 1 is definitely a sweet spot. Alright, Rake Over the Coals. Draconic attack gets +1 this turn. I want to like it, and it'll definitely have its uses. But for instance, my mind goes to Spreading Flames or Uprising, right? Uprising will do the job, most likely, right? 4 Draconic attacks is plenty. So in comparison, sure, it's an instant. You can play it on the reaction step as Fang, so that's kind of nice. But I think it's just average. Reprints for the Drakkar Emperor and Realm. So attacks at marked hero, Filthy, Filthy, Filthy. Hunt for the Hunter. When this attacks a hero, if you played another red card this turn, mark them. So yeah, that's a bit nicer, because again, it's that unconditional mark. Smoke Out. When this defends a red card, mark the attacking hero. Nice for draft. I wish we got the color variants, right? That would have been an easy one on this. Although, would that be balanced? I don't know. But it would be nice to have, 3 options for you to take, depending on the matchup, right? Blessing of Fat Dragon. Viscera. Start your turn, destroy this, then your next attack this turn is Draconic and gets +3, so there is Draconic. Is quite impactful, but unfortunately to block. Still nice though. Pledge Filthy, this one's big Klloo, right? So it's just straight up create a Filthy token. And again, as Fang, play this in the reaction step, so I do like Pledge Filthy quite a lot. Proclaim Vengeance, mark target opposing hero, so you can mark anyone, but if you're in the matchup against Arachne, the resource is definitely nice. Give the Dragon, next Draconic attack this turn gets +3. Filthy, you don't really need to look into. Next set of draft fodder. Bloodsplat Vest. Beautiful card, right? Designed to actually compete with Tunic, right? It's not just this burst card where Tunic still outvalues in the long game. The flexibility of Bloodsplat Vest is what you're really taking it for. So equivalent to 9 turns of Tunic, right? But you can play it consecutively. Is the big thing. So you can use this. You can use it twice in turn, 3 in turn, or you can use it in 2 turns consecutively. So, yeah, I do really like this for both Assassin and Ninja, and I do think it will be taken. Okay, so we have the Frog set for Assassin and Ninja. When your opponent plays or activates an attack or action, you may add this to the active chain link as a defending card. That's a nice effect, right? Interesting, definitely interesting. So, you can either block with it, or... No. You can either block with it or still play it in the reaction step. So it's like a second chance to impede what they're doing, which is definitely nice. Should be a niche thing, though, right? If we get to, like a whole new defense mechanic that is entirely that, aside from defense reaction, then it gets a little bit weird. But I do like Quentin Pieces having defense reaction style effects. So this is definitely a little bit nicer. This should have just been the course equipment set in the generic slot, I think, right? But still nice. Maybe different wording as well, where it gets a -1, maybe, or something, and doesn't get destroyed. I don't know. As a defending card, or Blade Break doesn't trigger. But then you could use it multiple times, I suppose. Yeah, no, there we go. Okay. My mind's glued onto what I'm trying to say. If this was added to the chain link as a defending card, then destroy this at the end of turn, instead of triggering Blade Break, right? So you could use it twice. Or can you still use it twice? Because it's... What's the difference between playing and adding, right? I assume you can use it twice, maybe, right? So you can use it for its effect, add it to the chain, and then on another one you can defend with it. Or can you proc this if it's defending with it? I'll have to look into that. I assume they're all the same thing, right? Yeah. So they're definitely a nice effect. Definitely better than the Iron Rod and the other common slots. So yeah, I do feel like that should be in the draft effect. Okay, danger digits, your budget, flick knife, so 1-off, flick knife. Yeah, it's nice. I kind of wish this would be like both target daggers. That would have been a nice way to sort of make it a bit more comparable, right? Maybe make it a rare, so, target daggers you control that aren't on the active chain link, deal 1 damage to the defending hero. Or you may... Yeah, it'd have to have the may if you could proc both daggers. But it doesn't, so I don't know why we're going into it. Pain in the backside. When it hits a hero, target dagger you control deals 1 damage to them. If damage is dealt this way, the dagger has hit. So this is hit a hero, destroy a dagger, right? So that's something you do have to be aware of, because we are getting the 3 variants, which is when it attacks, when it hits, and then may or may not. 4 variants in that sense? 3, because the may is attached. Anyway. So, yeah, this is automatically going to destroy a dagger. So you have to target a dagger you control, right? But it is still a nice another dagger throw card, which is great for both Assassin and Ninja. More so for Assassin, more so for other Ninja, right, rather than Syndra. Now, throw dagger is definitely nicer. So target dagger you control that isn't on the active chain link deals 1 damage to the defending hero. If damage is dealt this way, the dagger has hit and you draw a card to destroy the dagger. So it's like superior hurl, basically. Obviously, you don't get the attack part of hurl, but I do think the fact that you draw a card if the dagger hits is super substantial with throw dagger. So throw dagger is definitely really, really nice, right? Probably be the well, out of the two, the better majestic. Cut through. If you hit with a dagger's combat chain, +1 and go again. Right, it's just dagger synergy. Now, retrieve. You may retrieve a dagger from your graveyard by paying 1 to equip it. So, in the case of, say, Graven's Call, it would exceed the cost. You wouldn't have to pay the other cost, right? So, yeah, retrieve is going to be a very interesting mechanic. Definitely got more love than the inventory mechanic. But we'll have to wait and see, right? Still hoping for more inventory shenanigans. It will make Class Constructor obviously last a lot longer, so I guess Graveyard Interaction was the better choice. But yeah, so retrieve a dagger from graveyard by paying 1, so inverse of Hell, and then your next dagger attack this turn gets +4. Only problem, it's action, so it will break the chain as Ninja, right? So keep that in mind, but definitely great for Assassin. Otherwise, we have Pick Up the Points, which is an attack. When this attacks, you may retrieve a dagger from your graveyard, so a much, even more comparable to Hurl, right? Hurl, you're paying 1 to throw. Pick Up the Point, you're paying 1 to get a dagger back. Now, Poison Blade. I think I'm meant to like this card as combo, but in all honesty, I don't. So whenever a dagger you own hits a hero, this combat chain, they lose 1 life, right? So it is basically a buff for your dagger swing and your dagger toss, which is definitely nice, but it's still a little bit on the weaker side because of the 1 cost. If it was 0 cost, I think I'd love it. Because it's 1 cost, I don't. But still, nice nonetheless, right? Especially when you throwing out 3 daggers a turn or something like that as Syndra, right? Flick 1, swing twice. Yeah. Yeah, it's still nice. Kind of want it to be Draconic, though, as your opener. Throw yourself at them. When this attacks hero, you may have target dagger control, deal 1 damage, and then the normal distraction effect. Cost 1 to do it, though. But it's on attack, so, nice in that regard. I do like the idea that, the dagger pings consume your opponent's damage prevention, because a lot of the newer ones that we get, you just prevent the next source of damage, prevent one of the next source of damage, that type of thing. So if by throwing your dagger, you're doing that damage first before the attack, so it will help you land your attacks a bit better. Layer of the Spider. So you are getting a trap. When this defends, an attack would go again. Mark the attacking hero. That's kind of nice. Rathe definitely likes it a lot more than Ninja. But yeah, Syndra will probably still take it, right? As a defense reaction. Not actively, but still nice for draft. Alright, and then we have the Assassin Warrior equipment. So Assassin can pick either Leapfrog or this one. If attack reaction has been played or activated this chain link, this gets +1. So it being 2 block is kind of nice, but again, I really just don't like the amount of equipment we're getting. Oh, we'll count it after how many cold foils roughly in the set. Starting point, attack reaction, destroy this target attack gets go again. Activate this only if you played a card or activated an ability, this reaction step. So, in the case of legs, right, we have Snapdragon Scalers, but that has the cost requirement to it, right? Yeah, it only works on cards that cost X or less. So it is nice to get alternative effects like that, but again, is it really necessary? Because there's just better ways to do this once you get to the open card pool, and you already have so much choice, right? I guess they want variety to mix up draft a bit better. I don't think Arachne's the only one that really wants it. I don't think you need this as Fang, right? There's plenty of Draconic draft cards as attack reactions or instants for you to take for your daggers. Perforates. You may attack with target dagger an additional time, and its attack costs you 1 less to activate this turn, and its attacks. Oh, another card I didn't factor in. So this is your dagger discount. Although again, as Bang, you just built the fealty. Why does it sound like I'm saying that way? As Assassin, this is substantial, right? So a -1 for the entire turn is cool. But then again, you're not really attacking that many times as Assassin. So you'd use your dagger to mark, you play this, you don't get the discount for this, you get it for the next swing, which is fine. You can then also mark. So this will help you set up mark going into the end of your turn, right? With the Majestic Assassin dagger. So you probably definitely want it. And again, the fact that it replaces itself is even bigger. It almost doesn't really need that effect, but that is definitely a nice effect. Yeah, so attack an additional time, draw a card, you just have to get the 1 resource. This is definitely something I did not factor into the comboing with Fang. This is a freebie, because you can definitely get the 1 resource easy enough, right? So it's just a free extra swing. Savor Bloodshed. Next dagger attack this turn gets +4. Next time you hit a marked hero with dagger this turn, draw a card. draw unmarked. I guess, yeah. As long as the cards have draw, because we're so starved for draw engines, then they're a lot better. Plus, it's 0 for +4 anyway, so it's already above curve. Yeah, no, this is actually a really good action. Set up a +4, then if you're attacking a marked hero, right? Because it's still decent as just a +4, but then the extra draw card is even better. To the points, target dagger attack is +3. If the defending hero is marked, it gets +4. That's a bit more generic. Cut from the same cloth, target opposing hero reveals their hand. If attack reactions reveal this way, mark them, and then your next dagger gets +4. So that's, again, better. This almost feels like it should be a 4 and a 5 instead, in comparison to the cards it's right between. Decision, target dagger. Kept putting the A in that A. Target dagger attack gets +3. Low curve is common. A scar tissue, target dagger gets +3, and then hits and mark, right? So basically the same thing, just better. This is the definition of filler, right? I mean, they could have given it +4. Would have been interesting. Take a stab, +3, and an effect. So again, same thing. Just straight up better than Incision. Den of Spiders, another trap for Warrior. When this events an attack with greater than its base, mark the hero. That's kind of nice. So if I was saying 4 traps for Arachne, and they are low rarity, so you have access to them. So yeah, trapdoor's fine. Alright, quick dodge flexes. Fantastic. Right, so defense reaction, pay 1, not once per turn. Add this to the active chain link as a defending card, and it has 2 base defense, this chain link. At the beginning of your end phase, if you've defended with this, destroy it. So you can use it multiple times in a turn. Yeah. I mean, Guardian loves it. Everyone who does not have a dependent leg slot loves it. This is definitely, the new legendary chase, similar to like Crown of Providence. What's the new one? Got the draw. Yeah, quick dodge flexes is definitely probably the legendary to get from the set, right? Okay, next set of equipment, the generic one. Target gets +1 while defending a weapon attack with Guardwell, which is kind of nice. So, you can block twice with it, right? Then put on it equal to... No. So if it has 2, it's still only 1. Unfortunately, unless you can remove the counters. But you can block with it first, and then block a weapon, right? So it is kind of nice to 1 blocks. Yeah. Bunker Beard, defense reaction, destroy this. You may add an action card from your arsenal. So this is actually really nice. I'm surprised it's not rare or anything, right? Because obviously it plays around arsenal disruption, which makes it a lot better. So, if someone's going to destroy your arsenal card, at least you can still block with it if it's not a defense reaction. I do like Bunker Beard. Rotten Remains. When this attacks, you may banish a card with 1 power from each hero's graveyard. If you do, this gets +1, then repeat the process. So this could be very devastating in the right matchup. If UPF with, you may banish a card from each hero's graveyard. UPF, they neutered it. If you could tag team with someone, right, and you both take low attack decks to use Rotten Remains, that'd be super interesting. It's a interesting card, but obviously it's dependent on your opponent, right? With the right matchup, it's definitely usable. Shelter from the Storm, on the other hand, is superbly useful. 0 for 4 defense reaction or instant, prevent 3 damage. Prevent 1 damage 3 times, right? So yeah. $50, $60, $70. That's a problem though, coming out of the gate. This being a must-have generic, unfortunately, but obviously is just superb. So you don't want to put it into your arsenal, which is fine, but if your opponent shuts down defense reactions, you still get some semblance of defense reactions. And then in the right matchup, where you want, for wide, the effect is better than 4 block. Dual threats. If you attack with a weapon this turn, the next attack action card you play gets +3. Attack with attack action, next weapon gets +3. So you do get both effects, right? As long as you've attacked with both this turn. It doesn't matter if the chain link's broken because it's just detecting if you have attacked. So weapon swing attack, play this, and get +6 for 0. On yellow too. It's definitely a nice card. Warrior, Ninja. Who else kind of really wants it? Yeah, I'd say mainly Warrior and Ninja. Warrior more so because, again, you care less about breaking the chain. Pursuit the Edge of Oblivion. When this hits, mark them. When this hits, mark them. Oh, just 2. This is 1 for 5 or a 0 for 4. Filler. Down the alarm. When the stack's hero, they reveal their hand. If attack reaction is revealed this way, you may search your deck for a defense reaction card reveal, then shuffle and put on top. Guess that's kind of nice, setting up for the next turn. Yeah. Razor Reflex. Reprints. Now, Imperial Seal of Command. The legendary can only have 1. And then basically Command and Conquer onto another card, if you're wrong. So destroy this defense actions can't be played this turn, which is already a really nice effect to have as a card on board for you to just push. The problem is, though, unfortunately, this doesn't have Go Again in base. So I still kind of want items to have, like startup lag. So if you could play this, not disrupt your turn or whatever you're doing, right? So you can still have your finisher attack for a turn. I think that'd be really, really great, right? It'd be a really, really great card. But in its current iteration, I think it's still good with Fang and Syndra. I don't know if it's a must-have, though, right? I guess the better semblance of it is the fact that it's the next time you hit a hero, not if the next attack hits a hero. So the fact that it's ongoing for the entire turn is definitely good, right? Especially if you're flicking daggers. So yeah, I do like it. And I just kind of want items to be a bit more playable in the sense that setting them up is not as much of a disadvantage, right? But it definitely would need that startup point. If you could play this as soon as you play it, then it'd be way too busted, right? You just do this, first thing you do, destroy it straight away. It would need some sort of delay, right? But still, nice nonetheless, throw it out the end of your turn. Or, God, you take this with... What legs could you use it with? An action, not an attack. I have to look into what legs you could take it with, right? To trigger it straight away. Because it might be worth taking with a specific leg piece, just because the effect is so strong to be able to play it straight away, crack it, and then go into your turn. Relentless Pursuit. Mark the target opposing hero unconditionally if you attack them this turn. Put this on the bottom of its owner's deck. Ooh, so you get the mark, and you get to keep a blue pitchable. But it disrupts your chain. I think that's really well balanced, though. And I like it more than a rare. A Calming Breeze prevents the next 3 times you be dealt damage, just don't prevent it. Yeah, so the same as Shelter from the Storm, right? Just on a card. So nice. Taken, if it was 4 times, maybe. But I think you just run the normal damage prevention, the other red damage preventions. City of Solace, reprint, tip off, mark your opponent, so either an okay attack, a great attack, or a mark on demand. Outed, if you've marked, you can't play this. If the defending hero is marked, this gets +1. 0 for 4 with Go Again. Yeah, and 0 for 4 is like kind of staple, so a bit too weak. Play low. If you mark, you can't play this. Attacking hero is marked, the next attack this turn gets -1. Definitely better, right? Game of chicken, setting up mark and leaving it for the whole turn. Rathe definitely likes them because the whole objective is to end with marked. Marked, you can't play this. Attacking attack gets +1, and then marked defending hero. And lesser. Put in context. Like Explorer themed, right? All the additional cards. Pirate. Pirate. Lots of pirates. Oh, more pirates. Oh, fishermen. I think that's what a lot of people are speculating. Next set, pirates. Where are we up to? It's going to defend attack with 3 or less. For 0 for 4, sure. Well, I suppose because it's on a blue, a 0 for 3 is actually kind of good. Tip at the heels, target attack with 3 or less, base get +1. Yes, because it's on blue. Got along, next attack with 3 or less, turn gets Go Again. That's a bit better, so let's Go Again. I value Go Again more than a +1. Alright, Public Bounty, mark, opposing hero, and then the next time you attack a mark hero this turn, +3. I feel like they should be 0 cost, though. 5 dampener, null time zone. Okay, they do still load. Good. Alright, so then the expansion slot cards, as well as the marbles. We've already done most of them, though. I guess we'll go through them quickly, right? When this attack to defense, discard a random card. I wish I'd go again. But the fact that it's yellow, 2 cost, 6 power, right? Still nice for brute. Right, go again in the sense of brute, right? Where it's if you discard a 6 or more go again, not a flat go again. Obviously, that'd be kind of busted. These were interesting until we got the generics, right? So yeah, not so much Guardian Essence slot. But the next one, arcane damage will be dealt to you. I guess that's still good, right? If you control Seismic Surge, I can instead prevent the next 2. I guess for the arcane sense, you're taking this as the alternative to quick dodge flexes, right? Yeah. Rolling Fisher, create Seismic Surge, retrace the past. When this attacks, a card with Gas Wave in its name is the last attack, comment chain, name card, and this gets that name, +2, and go again. So your combo connector, which is kind of nice. It's by Dampeners, Mechanologist Arms. A bit more arcane prevention, right? But it's still a Mechanologist piece, so it doesn't. Well, it's kind of weird in that sense. I guess if you don't use it, right? So it doesn't disrupt the Chaos, Nitro, or I guess Singularity. Not that Singularity's good, unfortunately. Null Time Zone, a new item, 0 Crank. And it's with 2 counters. When the senses are in a name card, the name card can't be pitched or played from hand while this is in the arena. So really nice, right? Once you get to competitive play and you know what's going on with your opponent. Yeah. Enchanted Quiver, definitely like it as just defensive quiver, right? Rather than the other ones. It's just a free upgrade, basically, in the right matchup. Chain Reaction, fantastic, right? This into 3 of a kind is just where my brain goes straight away. So when it's defense and attack with go again, you may turn a non-attack action card in your arsenal face up and then play it as an instant for this turn. Yeah, beautiful. Dense Douse in Runeblood. Have not seen this one. With attacks, create a rune chant token equal to the number of non-attack action cards you've played this turn. If 3 or more rune chants are created this way, this gets go again. God, I really like this, right? In a combo sense. If Briar wasn't already infinite in Living Legend, because you can play non-attack action cards infinitely, Briar. So you can use this to create an infinite amount of rune chant. And that still might be worth showing off, right? Spurlocked, our Soul Chaos card, unfortunately, right? So, a niche effect. Arachne is definitely going to benefit from it. Ring of Roses, first time you deal arcane damage each turn, just so much value over the course of a match. Throw this out there. Warcry of Themis. Your next angel attack this turn gets +4. Go again, instant, discard this, banish X cards from your soul. Target X, turn X target cards in banish zone face down. That's an interesting counter. Very specific though. We are getting, Monarch 3 eventually. But still, 0 for 4 on a yellow is nice. Belina, same thing. Target Raydan gets +2 this turn. I wish it was just weapon, right? Especially now that we're getting some other support. Dagger Bolton could be interesting to try. Instant discard this banish X cards from your soul. Next time, target weapon deals X or less damage to this turn. Deal that much damage to its controller, and that damage can't be prevented. So a nice rebound card. Yeah. Yeah. You ping me, I ping you. Duality, right? Good buff, 2 swings, and you get value out of it. And then defense if you need it. Goal. You may play this from your banish zone. If a hero has left life this turn, you may play this as though it were instant. Each hero banishes a card from their hand. Definitely nice, right? As Runeblade furthers your game because you're banishing cards for you to play. Disrupts their hand. Yeah, Goal is definitely a nice card. And yeah, you play it from your banish zone. So it's not a -2, it's only a -1. Because you're losing a card from hand, they're losing a card from hand, but you're playing from the banish zone. And then we have the Command and Conquer Legendary reprints, right? Kind of wish this was just a Majestic. Oh well, it does come in normal and Rainbow Foil Extended Art. So it will be a Chase variant, so I don't know how much pressure it will exert on the other variants of Command and Conquer, right? To make it a bit more affordable. I think they're at like $90. Let's see what Fabry says. Yeah, $90 for the History Pack version. So 3 is going to set you back, and I don't think this will have any impact, well, not really much impact on the market. And then the Marvels. Look through the cracks, Solitary Confinement, and Huntsman. Sad. Surely it should have been Dromai. Oh well. So, it definitely showcases that we'll be cycling through all the heroes that never got hit with the history packs when the history packs were basically cancelled, right? So we will be getting full Marvel variants of heroes as that's going. Yeah, nice. Right, so the cracks is definitely the nice one. The artwork is cool. Is the artwork out? Yeah, that's kind of nice. But Arachne stuff is not that fantastic. Alright, so that is all the cards. Well, I definitely have combos to rethink. It's a shame, because I already recorded both of them. There are definitely cards I did not factor in, and we can definitely get 3 swings out of. Where was the... It was a warrior action, wasn't it? Swing and draw? I'll look for it later. Alright, I guess I'll do it. We'll do one more Outsiders box, though. And then I'll have 2 for the next time as well. Actually, how many do I get? Yeah, I got 2 cases, yeah. Do 2 and then 2. Alright. My phone's still on? Perfect. Sort of. Hold on, it's frozen. Nope, it is frozen. Cool. I should have stopped it when we stopped. Fine, I can reset the app. Give me a tick. DDD. Oh. Ah, there we go. And back to TCG player, although we don't really need TCG player. But it's not really taking out much. We want to see what we get, right? The value cards that we're actually hunting for. We want a legendary. Particularly Flick Knives. But considering we got a Codex, I think I'm happy if there's something else. I don't really want another Trench, though. I definitely don't want the Van Braces. The Van Braces, are they... they're not that bad of a legendary to get. Trenches, though. But, sure, Riptide. We'll cycle around. I cannot see, though, how they do another Riptide. Right? Because Riptide's effect as Ranger is just so good. I'll be sad to see him go and then get a weaker Riptide variant. Alright. Quick Knives or another Codex is what we really want. So I will take Stab Wounds and Knives out, and even Infiltrate. I think Infiltrate's the big one. For Arachne. Nothing, though. Fine. Let's touch, host, and we did get a legendary, and it is Quick Knives. Alright, I can already tell from the art. But, Rainbow, although, Rainbow is still gone up, has it not? Yeah. Yeah, it has. God. I remember when Outsiders came out, I opened like 4 Rainbow Flick Knives, right? And then for the longest time, it just sat at nothing. And I think here, right, when it had that first upshoot, way back, is when I got rid of them, unfortunately. But yeah, not too bad. Yeah. Last sold 90. Definitely a nice pull. Still expect a code as well. Although, so 2 boxes down, and they've been paid for by the cards pulled. I guess that's more than we can ask for. But, playable version. Although, I am actually curious. There's no cold foils listed. What the difference is, yeah. Because it's playable. There's not much difference between the cold foil variant. Well, I suppose $50 is substantial. But, you know, it's 1/3 extra. I feel like it should be a bit higher, considering it's not 1 in 3 to get cold foil Flick Knives. Right? Because it's like 1 in 4 to get a cold foil compared to rainbow foil. And then obviously you've got how many of it? Flick Knives, red back, Wrench, that's 3. Vambrace, 4. Are there only 4 legendaries in the set? But they did have EAs. Give and Take. Give and Take is actually a nice card, right? So, Give and Take, I do think is good for Syndra. Because the ability to potentially cycle back a 3, right? Cost, with an action, you may put an action card with cost less than Give or Take. So, as long as you buff it slightly, you can use it to get back the legendary. Which is definitely what you want to do. So, yeah, I do think Give and Take is nice. It's on the front page? Yeah, it's on the first page. That's good M. Nada. Into nada. Nada. No gold foil. Outside this too was the god boxes, was it not? Unfortunately. Pretty sure it was 4 boxes in the case. Or god boxes too. Something crazy like that. Well, Cyclone Roundhouse. Oh, we still have 2 chances? 3 chances? Roughly 3. Yeah, a better M. So there's another Hurl. I do want that. Oh, do I actually? Because we looked through and we saw a lot of, like, inbuilt cost-wise Hurls. Or flick mechanics. I think the mechanics flick, yeah. That's what it's being termed by Elseth. So I don't know if Hurl is actually that good anymore. Maybe for Assassin. I'll pull them out because the plan was to run them in the deck, but I think there's plenty of draconic options to use instead. Toxicity, spinning, another Hurl. Wait out, sneak attack, infect. Probably just another common cold foil, unfortunately. Nada. Give me Stab Wound. Rathe haven't pulled any Stab Wound or Knives Out. Wait, do I care about Knives Out? Your dagger attacks get +1 this turn. It is 0 cost though. Definitely better for Rathe. Another Amplifying Arrow, so that's not fantastic. One day it will shine. Amplifying Arrow with 5. Right, give me an Earth Ranger. Infectious Host. Trap. Foil, not cold foil. Although you can tell in the lighting. I can barely tell. Actually, you know what? The easiest way to tell is the border, right? Because rubber foils don't have foiling on their border, do they? Have slightly? You can sort of see it like that. I do like Silken Ghee. Same time I don't. I want the upgraded version of Silken Ghee, right? Like all your attacks cost 1 less, but do 1 less. That'd be interesting. Fisticuffs. Fisticuffs isn't generic. Oh, it isn't generic. No, that's not the one I'm thinking about. Blade Cuff is the one I'm thinking about. The one that gives daggers +1. As Ninja. Alright. Nada. Fast. Nope. Come on, one more decent M. And we can call it a day. Another cool belching. Not fantastic. And Fleetfoot Sandals. As the cold foil. What was the... Why do I feel like Fleetfoot Sandals was the other cold foil? Fisticuffs. Seeker's Myth. And it is nice. I go again. Condition is a bit too difficult though. I wish Fleetfoot Sandals was attack reaction, right? It was just the next action card has go again, and then still the -1 requirement. So you could use it on any action, and then some attacks. So that'd probably be asking too much. I think we're still due one more M. Hopefully. But yeah, a Codex and a Flick Knives. That'll do us. That'll do us just fine. Place, be like water. Oh, no M in there. Plunge, another hurl, humble, and a spinning wheel kick. Well, lucky last pack. Maybe something lucky? Let's see. Oh, there's Blade Cup, right? 2 costs, though, is so hefty. I wish it was just 1 cost. Be a lot more workable into combos. Alright, sneak attack. Alright. And another Codex. So, yeah. 1 more for a playset. But we're basically 2 boxes in and 3 boxes definitely covered. And that's all you really need. Right? Flick Knives and 2 Codexes. And we're satisfied. Rainbow foil, normal, and rainbow foil. Right? Box 1, box 2, box 3. And then some. Is very nice, right? Having a majestic that you can pull that pays for the box. We need more of those, so I am actually glad that Shelter to the Storm, wherever it's called, is in the Hunted, because it will eventually become that majestic, right? Similar to Warmongers. Anyway, I'll do it. Leave it there. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, I have no idea. Also, anyone watching post, what do I normally say? Anyway, I was going to say, I have no idea what my schedule is going to be going forward. Because uni starts up soon. And yeah, I'll go as we go. But if you're watching post, thanks as always. And hope you enjoyed.